Hi, and welcome to Turra Company, the mother-daughter podcast about everything. Our mission is to make herstory, aka history, not by going viral, but by doing something that has never been done before in our family. Whether we have 2 listeners or 2 million listeners, we are bringing you our very best, and hopefully we are learning and growing together in the process. Now let's enter into the Turra Company experience and create herstory, aka history together. Welcome to Turra Company. We back.
Hello, hi. What's up, people?
Back for another episode.
Hey.
So wait a minute. I would like feedback because we don't get feedback on our socials, which I'm kind of glad about because people can be kind of nasty.
We did one time that we had to I remember we had to block somebody.
I know we had our first racial, somebody was being racial and I had to block them. But I'm just saying, I think for the most part, people enjoy our show. They listen to our show. They enjoying it. And I get this way too. So, because I keep seeing these posts where people say, people will look at your posts on Facebook and won't even like them. And let me tell y'all something. I am the biggest culprit of that because I will look at something and be like, oh, she had a baby. Oh, she did this. And I will scroll and totally forget. It doesn't always occur to me to hit it. To be honest with you, I didn't know people was checking for that like that. I thought you was posting it for my enjoyment. I didn't know I had to give you something.
Well, because that's how I think too. I just be posting stuff just to post it.
You post stuff just to post it, but are you expecting a reaction from the post?
Not really.
But apparently we are not the top consensus or the norm because people is really out here wanting you to like it. And I'm like, I did like it in my mind.
Well, because my thing is this, specifically my Instagram. My Facebook I don't use very much, but I especially am like this about my Instagram. My Instagram for me personally is my own archive of things that I enjoy and things that I've done, places that I've gone.
Right.
So I do my posts based off of just fun stuff that I've done that I want to look back on, right? Yeah. So if I don't get a whole bunch of likes or anything like that, I'm good, I'm cool.
You're not checking, not tripping.
Right. I'm not tripping about it. But I do think it's nice though when I do get a bunch of likes. When my phone
right, when cool. You get 100 likes, you'll be like, oh, that was a good post.
Right.
Now, I think somebody is kind of quiet because they are of the other school of thought.
Literally, because the amount of text messages where I have received multiple pictures
be and like my posts,
or been which one should I post? Which picture should I post?
What am I posting? And then now my new thing, which I just dropped some knowledge on my coworkers the other day, because my coworker was like, Chelsea, I want to post these pictures on Instagram. Which one do you think I should do? And she was doing it in one of those photo sets. Fun fact, I'm gonna drop some knowledge on y'all, so get y'all pen and paper ready. If you are ever going to do a little photo dump on Instagram or a little photo series, you always want to make the best picture or your favorite picture that second photo. And let me tell you why. It's because when Instagram pushes that photo set on your feed for the first time, it's going to show you that first photo that you picked. Once you view it for the first time, anytime after that photo set shows up on someone else's feed, it automatically sets to the second picture. Okay. So you always want that second picture to be the best picture.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not a big poster like that. So thanks for the tips, but I probably won't be using them.
Other tips.
Because I only usually post one picture. I don't usually post multiple pictures.
Other tidbit of information. Captions are important. Captions are.
On Instagram, you think?
Yeah, I know so. I know they're important. Because here's my thing.
You agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's my thing.
I'll plan the caption before I even take the picture.
Literally,
okay.
Yeah. The caption is...
I don't always see the caption, though. I have to go looking for it because usually I'll see the video or the picture and then I have to intentionally look. I'm just not an Instagrammer. This is good because you got your experienced and then you got your not so experienced. And there's a lot of people who listen to us. Not everybody's experienced on Instagram like that. So I'm representing them today. But anyway, your caption is important.
And let me rephrase. the caption is important to me. And I say that as somebody who has made it her personal brand to do two things. One, it is my personal brand to never post anything when I did it. Like, I am like a chronicle late poster. Like, for example, I'll go on vacation tomorrow and not post the pictures until a week later. Like, that is on brand.
But I be seeing your stuff in play. That's
stories.
when somebody
stories.
Stories you can do that, but then like you don't do the actual post until like a couple weeks later.
Yeah, you wait, you hold on to those pictures.
Thanks for
And
the
then you post
knowledge.
them
This
later.
is really, maybe we should do a show on Instagram post. Well, because I need that. Because Instagram, that's probably why I wasn't on it for so long, because it intimidates me. I'm telling you, I go on there and do stuff for the show.
It is a science. I will tell you that.
I go in there and do stuff for the show, and I'm like, am I supposed to do this? Sometimes I'll be like, bump it. They'll see it or it won't. Somebody else say something. But I said all of that to say, I don't know if people been noticing, but I kicked off this new thing for season 3. Have y'all noticed it?
Your little promos. I've seen
Why
them.
they got to be little though? They're not little. They're actually big promos. Because I think I sound amazing doing them. I think I'm generating buzz around the stuff, and I'm like taking the initiative to come in the studio without you guys and do these promos.
The only reason I'm calling them
But first, if we don't know, if you don't announce
that's why
to everyone in the house that you're doing these promos,
I'm going to stop you right there. Because first of all, you should be on your own stuff. Like, why? How does Ariel know? Because she got it. You're not on Turra and Company
I'm talking about
Instagram.
when the promos were in the recording. This is what I'm talking about.
Well, you want to record some promos?
No, I don't. I'm gonna let
See
you.
what I'm
you
saying?
do such a good job. I'm gonna leave you at it.
Anyway, that's why I was asking
Can
for
we hurry up
feedback.
and get to it? Because it's my show, so I want to talk.
We are going to get to it, but we have things that we need to knock out.
We have announcements.
Business. We have
first.
announcements like the church
Right,
first before the
exactly.
preacher get up to speak. So listen, I wanted y'all feedback on the promos. You like the promo?
I like the promos.
The little
yes.
promos?
I want more of the promos because I feel like we're letting people in on our pre-production meeting, but it's fine.
You said say it again. You want?
I want more promos because I want to be able to post them on my Instagram. And also after the meeting, I need to show you how to cross post stuff on Instagram so that we can post them on our Instagram.
Yeah. See, listen, I welcome all that because I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Because the fact that I can't post it too is also
And Chelsea, you've never seen a promo yet.
I've seen them.
Oh, okay. Well, you was acting like you hadn't seen it. You like it?
Yeah, I think they're really good.
Okay, cool. So that's the one thing. And we do have some shout outs today.
Ooh,
So I missed this one. I apologize because this one came in a while ago. So on Good Pods, because remember I've been hyping up Good Pods, the indie podcaster major podcast platform, we got a 5-star review from a listener, Angela Hollowell. So thank you so much, Angela Hollowell, for your 5-star review. We appreciate you. And another person that I want to shout out is Mama Life 3. Mama Life 3 hooks me up. Every couple of weeks, I don't know what her strategy is, but every once in a while she will post on her story podcasts to listen to, and she always puts Turra and Company in her list, and I just thank her so much for that. So Mama Life 3, keep doing what you're doing. And she also has a podcast too. It's all about mothering. So pop over to her Instagram, Mama Life 3, and it's spelled MAMA Life LYFE 3, and go check her out. She has a podcast. She's talking about everything motherhood. Really good podcast. Check her out. So that's it for the shout outs. I'm going to keep doing them. I think they're cool.
I like them.
I like them too, because if I was an avid listener and my favorite podcast shouted me out, I would be so excited. So y'all, if you hit us up, I will shout you out. Give us a review. I will shout you out. Okay. So as Chelsi just mentioned, our show today is about skincare. So this is the most y'all ever gonna hear Chelsi talk.
Stop, because why didn't one of my students call me out about it the other day?
What did she say?
She was like, we started in the hallway, And she was like, I was listening to my podcast this morning. And I said, well, I got a podcast. She was like, I do. I said, I tell y'all the first
Wait a
time.
minute. She was listening to one
A
of her.
different, a different podcast.
Because you said her podcast, and I was like, what?
No, like one of her podcasts that like she listens to.
Okay.
And if she listens to this episode, she know I'm talking about her. But I was like, I got a podcast too. She goes, really? And I like told her to open up her phone, and I put it in. And then a couple days later, she came up to me. She was like, Chelsi, she goes, you are exactly how you are in here is exactly how you are on that podcast. She goes, your mom talks up a storm, and then you just be sitting in there trying to. I said, well, what episodes did you listen to? Because sometimes like my ADHD be kicking in, and I just don't really be focusing that well. So I was like, it just depends on the episode that you listen to. She was like, no. She was like, I can pick. She was like, when I was listening to the episode, she was like, I could literally envision you standing right in front of me having that conversation because you sound the exact same.
I've had people listen to the podcast and they're like, they've said two things to me. One, they cannot tell the difference between your voice and my voice, Chelsi.
Oh, okay.
Which is odd.
Which is weird.
Very weird.
Because I can
weird.
always tell the difference. Y'all don't even have the same pitch.
Right. Like I guess our tones are like a little
It
bit.
can be. Let me say this. It can be similar because there are times where if you guys talk over each other and then one takes it away, sometimes I'll have to think and know who's who. But after a while, it kicks in because your pitches are different and your dialogue is different. Like the way you pronounce things is different.
My articulation?
That. Your articulation is different because Chelsi be like, period. And you be like, no, at the end of the day. So your articulation is different. That's how I know. But if you didn't know.
Yeah. And the other thing that people would tell me is that they thought it was interesting the way that the three of us interact with each other. And I'm like, that's how it is when the mic is off too. So that's pretty standard.
Yeah. I mean, that's good stuff.
Right. But now they all like, now that I'm like, I didn't talk about it with her. She's like, y'all should let me on the show. I said, no.
Everybody always wants to come on the show.
Everyone always wants to be on the show.
And let me just tell you this. Because I'm all for collaborations. And we did some in the first season.
Yes. Good old shout out to our number one fan, Ariel.
Yeah.
Ariel.
And shout out to
Gerard.
Our other number
And
one
I was thinking about Gerard. I was like, we need to get him on the show again. I need to build another show around. But one of the things that I am not a big fan of, and I need to like map it out, is the podcast that has like 10,000 people.
Yeah, I don't.
Because it's a lot. Because when you think about it, the three of us have plenty to say.
And the three of us have enough personality for 1,000 people.
I know. So that's why I always get like, I want to do it. I want to bring people on the show. But you really need to have something to give to us. Like, I'm just not going to bring you on the show just because you like to curl your hair or polish your nails. Like,
right.
Like, what is her talent?
Right.
Why does she want us?
Like
what does she want us to bring her on for?
I will say this though, I did because I'm getting over my fear of listening to our podcast. So I did.
You have to because we need the download numbers. So
Okay.
I need everybody to do that.
I did play some of the episodes of just you and Dad, so I am open to the idea of maybe Chelsi bringing on a guest, or maybe me bringing on a guest.
Yeah, maybe that'll be the ticket because you're right. It's just I can't imagine 4 or 5.
Oh my gosh, that would be too much.
That would be a lot because when we get excited, we all just get to talking. So anyway,
I will say though, I feel like the exception to that would be having all 4 of us, including Dad. I feel like that would be
one
fun.
day, but I ain't got time for him because he be chicken. Balk, 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 balk. Anyway.
Any hoozle.
So let's get started because Chelsi she is going to be kicking the skincare knowledge. So this is going to be the highlighted that we've been talking about. We've been talking about doing this show for a while.
Yes.
And we just never did it. So now we're bringing it to you. So let us know how you like it.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have skincare questions.
And then after this, if this sparks some questions, please write them in. Let us know because then we'll do another one and then it'll be me answering all of those questions.
Oh my God, that would be so nice. So let's get started with today's show. So skincare, and we're going to focus on facials. Facial. The facial area.
Yes.
Correct.
Because there are
Because
many.
we know auxiliaries. We're not talking about auxiliaries today.
There are many different things that an esthetician can do to your body. But primarily today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the face, which is the main focus of what estheticians do.
Okay. So, and I'm glad about it. So the first thing we got to do before we even kick this mug out the gate, can you please tell me the difference between an esthetician and a dermatologist?
Yes. So the difference between an esthetician and a dermatologist is an esthetician is more product-based, routine-focused and product-based and working with facials and doing actual treatments like that. A dermatologist, it's medical, and it's you studying skin diseases. So technically, acne, that is like a skin disease.
Got it.
Depending on how severe it can be.
Right.
So that
or
is,
cancer, because they do skin
or like
cancer.
skin cancer and things like that. Estheticians, that's one of the big things that we focus on in school, especially because I work at a school. That is something that we focus on. But me as an esthetician, I can't.
What is something that you focus on? I'm sorry, I think I missed it.
That's a topic that we talk about is skin cancer.
Oh, because you need to be able to kind of be aware.
I need to be able to know what I'm looking for, but I can't diagnose it. I can't say, hey, that is skin cancer and you need to do this. The way we've been trained to say it is, hey, I'm seeing something that I didn't really see last time. Just to make sure that everything's okay, I'm going to recommend you go see a dermatologist.
Got it.
So that they can kind of further look into what it is. Because as an esthetician, I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose you with anything, and I cannot prescribe you anything.
But you are licensed.
But I am licensed.
And you out there, people, when you're going to an esthetician.
There's a difference between being a medical professional, being licensed, and certified. Please, and the real two things that I really talk about is the difference between being certified and being licensed.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Just because you went and took that lash course, that's
certified,
and you got certified in it, does not mean you can walk into a lash place and be like, I'm certified to do lashes, give me a job. No, baby, not in the state of Nevada.
Oh,
you have to be a licensed esthetician to be able to work in a lash studio.
Right. Or in a, like, where do you guys work out of?
Like a spa. Or, like, because that's the thing. There's so many different routes you can go with being an esthetician. There's, like, the world is your oyster.
Right.
And that's what I
But certification doesn't get you to work on.
Yes.
Okay.
Like some people will take waxing classes to get certified in waxing. Okay, but if you're not a licensed esthetician,
so you're gonna be doing it illegally in your house.
Right. Okay. Things like that. And let me tell you, things with lashes and doing those or another big one is the body treatments. Getting certified in body sculpting. Now I believe State Board's kind of starting to crack down on it, but it's not one of those things where it's like you can just get certified and then just think you can start doing it outside your house. It'll get to a point where if State Board, whatever your regulatory agency is in your state, if they find out that you're doing things like that and you're charging money for it and you're doing it out of your house and they haven't approved of it, what they'll do is they'll start finding you, and if you get caught a certain amount of times, they'll make it so you won't even be able to get your license. Now, that's not to say that estheticians and dermatologists are like mortal enemies of each other. That's not the case. Most of the time, you will find that there are estheticians working in a dermatologist's office.
Right. Okay.
They kind of go hand in hand.
Right.
So it's not it's
not a them versus us
yeah,
thing.
Exactly. Because I have a lot of students that are like, when I ask them, what do you want to do when you graduate? And they're like, I want to work in a dermatologist's office.
Yeah.
So
and plastic surgery.
And plastic surgeon.
Offices.
There's, like I said, there's so many different routes for it. And let's say you went to esthetician school and you was just like, yeah, doing actual treatments isn't for me. You can go work for a skincare company.
Right.
Skincare companies, they're a skincare company. So what do they want to hire? Estheticians, because you know about skin.
Right.
They're not just going to hire any Joe Schmo off the street. Right. They want you because you got the education for it.
Is the skin the largest organ on our body?
It is. Yes. Your
That's
skin
why people
is
need
the
to get
largest.
in.
This is why people need to really understand and just take care of it, because It's the largest organ of your body, and it does so many things.
And you can tell when people ain't taking care. Because what did I say in that last episode? That I take naps, and you can tell I take naps.
Exactly.
And when I meet some people that don't take naps, I can tell.
Right. I can.
Because they face me out here looking beat up. But I love y'all, though.
I can walk up on somebody, and I can look and be like, okay, you need to fix that. I can fix that.
Don't we know it?
Yeah, Chelsea, you do this to me daily.
Right, because I've been telling Mom about her little sunspots. And the fact
I know.
that her
She has
skin
been
is
giving me
getting
such
thinner.
the complex. Like, lately, Chelsea has been just, if she's in my presence, she will stare at my face and say, Mom. What did you say? Your freckles?
Your sunspots.
But you call them something else
I
at
called
first.
them your sunspots.
But they look like freckles.
Age spots. Or no, I think I called them your age spots.
Which I really didn't like that word.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, but they look like freckles to me.
Because you want. Let me tell you what that is. Let's talk about it real quick.
Yeah.
What that is. So that's the reason why they look like freckles is because that's sun damage that's been living underneath in the deeper layers of your skin. So like just like a croissant, your skin's got layers. You got your top layer, which is your stratum corneum, goes all the way down to your dermis, which that's going to be like where more of your thicker fatty tissue is. But as our skin gets older, our skin thins, and then those spots start to come out. So that's
So you saying I'm
why
old.
I'm calling them age
I love it though
spots.
because I look good.
Absolutely. No.
And don't let you have a blackhead on your face or anywhere on your
because
body.
I do keep staring at this mountain that is on Mom's face right now.
Yeah, I have a,
She has a white head.
and it's
Now,
so crazy
yes.
because I was so prepared to come on this show and be like, tell the people what they need to do to their face because I have
Absolutely.
I have a perfect face. And now Chelsea is telling me, I do. I got some
Now,
craziness.
do
going
you
on.
guys know what the difference is between like a blackhead and a whitehead? Do you know why they're
No.
called blackheads and whiteheads?
Why?
So let me tell you. Let's talk.
Can I guess?
Is that their race?
No, that's not their race. That is not.
You got
their
black
race.
people and white
Does
people
it
in your
have
face?
to do with what they're filled with, like the sebum?
A little bit. A little bit. So the technical term for a pimple or a blackhead or a whitehead is a comedone. So what the difference is between a blackhead or a whitehead or a blackhead is an open comedone and a whitehead is a closed comedone.
So a black head is
Blackhead is an open comedone.
It's open. Okay.
Open, and a whitehead is a closed comedone. So basically, you've still got the same thing filled in both. It's still all that excess oil, dirt, skin cells, but the difference between the two is a whitehead that is closed, so the pus is white, and like because it's your white blood cells. That's basically what it is. So that's why they look white.
Oh.
Come up white. But a blackhead, so that's basically all that stuff in your pores started to form, but it didn't close. It wasn't closed and didn't form like that, like skin layer. Doesn't have that like top skin layer to protect it to make it look like it's a whitehead. So that is all that dirt, oil, skin cells exposed to oxygen. So it oxidizes.
And then it turns black.
So then it turns black.
Wow, that right there, I just learned something.
Yeah.
That sounds really easy.
I don't know,
can see.
but how do I stop them from happening?
It's all about the ingredients that you use on your face. Another big thing is exfoliating, because if you're not exfoliating, and I'm not talking about over exfoliating, and I'm not talking about using that we all know apricot scrub that leaves micro tears on your skin.
That's made by them people in the mountains, the saints.
Yep, the saints and the Ives.
And the eyes.
Saints and the Ives. So there's a couple of different ways that you can exfoliate. There's a mechanical exfoliation, which those are going to be like your mild scrubs, like your physical scrubs. But then there's also chemicals, which is a chemical exfoliation, and I'm not talking about like a chemical peel, but I'm just talking about using products that have either AHAs or BHAs. And when I say AHAs and BHAs, I'm talking about alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids.
Oh, so those ingredients will exfoliate the skin?
Yes, they help exfoliate the skin, and they help get rid of that dead skin cell layer, because basically what happens is if our cells aren't turned, when we are in our prime, like late
Like
20s.
you guys in your 20s?
We're getting kind of, me and Ariel getting kind of up there, but when you're in your like late teens to like early 20s, your cells are regenerating about every 28 to 30 days. So that's why for most people, like they have really good
They
skin.
be having dewy glow.
Yeah, because your cells are every month you're getting new skin cells on your surface. But as we start to age, that process starts to slow down. So like maybe you were doing it every 30 days. Now you're doing it like every 45 or maybe every 60. And then on top of that, you're not exfoliating. So all that dead skin is just sitting on top of your face.
And then some people not even moisturize.
Not even moisturizing. I can't tell you when I used to be out in the field, I can't tell you how many people I saw in their big age telling me, yeah, I don't wash my face, or telling me, no, this just hurt my soul. I one time had a client tell me that they used to wash their face with Dawn dish soap.
Ooh. Now, if that is taking the grease, like it breaks up grease.
And you want to know what they
killing your
said?
skin.
And you want to know what they said?
What they
Because
say?
this is what I say when I use it on my clothes, but they said it for their face. If it can get the grease off the ducks, it can get the dirt off my face. And I'm like, no.
But it's also stripping the good stuff. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yes.
I know you probably just had a heart attack when she said that to you.
Now, really quick, let's dive into skin types since you talked about that.
Okay.
So there are different skin types. There is normal, that is going to be what we call perfect skin, even though there's no such thing as perfect skin.
That would be me.
Absolutely.
Normal. Am I normal? No, don't play. What am I?
Yeah, you're about normal.
Okay.
You have your flare-ups where you get a little oily, but for the most part, you're normal.
I get oily? See, I never
Sometimes I feel like you be talking about that, you be complaining that you be feeling oily.
I be.
You be.
Even though she's a professional, she still put that B out there.
So there's normal, then you have dry and oily, which I used to think that I was oily. But then there are certain machines out there where they can do a full facial analysis and like take the moisture level that's in your skin. And it turns out I did that and it said that my skin was dry. And then once I got into school, I learned why a lot of people think that they're oily when really they're dry is because what happens is your skin goes into overdrive trying to compensate for how dry you are. So it overproduces oils. So then that's why some people, and then also depending if you're using products that are for oily skin, that's going to kind of dry you out even more. So it kind of like...
Wait a minute. If you're using products... Oh, because the products for oily skin dry.
Yes.
Because they're trying to take the oil out. Okay,
yes.
okay.
But then now you've stripped it. So now your skin kind of goes into overdrive like, oh my gosh, now there's nothing on my face. And then you've got combo.
Yeah.
What am I? I feel like I know the answer to
You're
this.
dry.
I tell you
You're
this
as
all the
dry
time.
as the desert,
I
baby.
want to dip you in a bucket of hyaluronic acid.
Oh, shea butter.
Because you are so dry.
Ariel
so
be dry.
Dry.
Is it because she don't have no pigment in her skin?
No, not necessarily.
Or melanin?
No, she doesn't. Yeah, her melanocyte count is a little low, but that doesn't really, that doesn't have a lot to do.
Because she don't drink enough water.
But here's the thing. So you brought up a good point. Let's talk about it. That whole drinking enough water, taking oral supplements and stuff like that for your like collagen and stuff like that. Let's think about this. There are so many other organs in your body that need that water first. So no matter how much you are hydrating yourself, your skin gets the very last of it.
Okay, that's good to know.
That's why I'm more about doing things topically than like internally, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So let's talk about the steps.
Yes.
Tell me how to wash my face. How should I?
Oh, really quickly, because I think we jumped a little bit. But I don't know if you guys ever realized, but depending on where you are and, if you're trying to find an esthetician, sometimes you will see esthetician spelled with just an E.
Oh.
And then sometimes you see esthetician spelled with an AE. Now let's talk about what the difference is.
Yeah.
So an esthetician with just the E, that's like your basic. That's your facials, that's your waxing, lashes, all that basic, like that falls under the basic esthetician.
Waxing. Did you say waxing?
Yes, waxing.
Lasers.
No.
No laser.
No. Because we're gonna get to that. So all of that just basic. Like I went to school and I learned how to do facials and I learned how to wax. Maybe a little bit of lashes. I'm an esthetician with an E.
Okay.
Now, esthetician with an AE. That what that is that you are now in the more medical side of it. Now, some places there are some places where you can call yourself a medical esthetician, like a medical esthetician, but in most places that is not a term that is recognized. So that's kind of like where that AE esthetician comes in, because you're still an esthetician where like you learned how to do facials, you learned how to wax and all that basic stuff. But now I know how to do laser hair removal, and I know how to do chemical peels, and you like get like more on like the higher end like medical side aspect of it for you to work in a medical spa that does Botox and all those kind of things, like dealing with filler and things like that.
Right.
So that is the biggest difference between the two.
Right. You're right. I did forget that on our list.
Yes.
A esthetician, AE esthetician versus, because I work in the healthcare field, and sometimes I'll get a business name that'll say aesthetics, but you got to remember I do stuff sometimes that's in California, which is a whole different animal. Because in California you have to be a nurse.
California, to do any type of like lasers or anything like that, you have to be a nurse. Basically, in California, as an esthetician, the only thing you can do is facials, waxing, and makeup and lashes.
If you were just licensed?
If you were just licensed.
Okay, got it.
For me to do everything that I do here in California, I would have to go to nursing school.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And so just to be clear, you can't do Botox.
I cannot. In the state of Nevada, I cannot do Botox. You have to be a registered nurse to do Botox. Now, that's not to say that in other states I wouldn't be able to, as an esthetician, I wouldn't be able to go and do Botox, which is kind of crazy to me. Like, I think in the state of Texas, you have to be under a doctor's supervision. So like if I work in the doctor's office,
Texas and Florida right now, they wilding.
I can be under a doctor's supervision and I can do Botox.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff. You learning? I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning. And I live in the house with her every day, but we very rarely just sit down and talk about esthetician stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so now you ready to give us our facial routine?
Yes. So let's talk about, so you have your facial routine and it gets split up into day and night, your daytime and your nighttime routine.
Wait a minute. You trying to say I should be washing my face in the morning and at night?
Let me get there. I know.
No, I'm just saying, because somebody gonna hear that, they gonna be like, wait a minute.
Right.
I wash my face in the morning.
Right.
Okay.
But when I say day and night, I think people hear a day and night routine or a skincare routine and they think it has to be this 10-step, hour-long, like, scene you see in a movie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be that. It really doesn't, especially depending on the skin type that you have.
And do you think this makes a difference too? The makeup.
Yes.
Because I don't wear makeup like that. So my routine might be a little different.
Absolutely.
From Judy, who wears full face everything.
Doing full face.
Just to go around the corner.
Not decline and kind of face beats, you know?
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
We ain't tripping. I just don't go that way.
Yeah. So, but what I'm going to say is now, if you're just someone who's just like, I cannot commit to doing a day and a night, this is what I'm going to say to you. If that's the case, which that's totally fine, then put more effort into your nighttime. And let me tell you why. Because I think a lot of people think the daytime is the most important one. No, let me tell you, it's going to be the nighttime routine. Because your nighttime routine, that's when we're sleeping. And when we're at rest, our cells are regenerating. So that is when we're going to get the most benefit out of the skincare products that we're doing. Because when we're doing our daytime routine, most of the time we're going to go outside and we're going to be exposed to all the outside elements and everything, that UV exposure, all that dirt and pollution that's in the air. But when you're at night, you're at home, you're asleep, your cells are regenerating. So let's dive in. So with that being said, let's dive into nighttime.
Okay.
Let's start with your nighttime routine. I don't know if anyone's ever heard this term before, but I like to do what's called a double cleanse. And basically, it's exactly what it says, is I'm going to cleanse my face twice. I'm doing a double cleanse and I'm cleansing my face twice. But let's talk about it because it's very crucial. There's a system to it. First cleanse that you do, the cleanser that you use for that, because it's not soap, it's cleanser.
Okay, sorry. Well, I ain't no esthetician.
Because the soap makes it sound like you're using a 5-in-1.
Right. Am I using Dove?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because I'm surprised you ain't. I know a lot of people that use Dove.
But I feel like I'm that kind of esthetician where I'm like, I don't like to judge over like what you're using.
But Dove is like your face be
like just so
you can't
dry.
even move your face. You be like, what is wrong with my face? You can't even move it.
And dry from Dove.
If you out there using Dove, because she ain't judging, but I am. If you out there using Dove, stop it.
Literally.
Because your face should not feel like a mask when you're finished cleansing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that first cleanser that you use, you really want to start with an oil-based or like a creamy-based cleanser. Or there's even, now that it's become more popular, and I'm going to just blame it on TikTok because I really think that's what it is. Or just like more beauty like companies have discovered this. Especially like if you're one of those people who wears makeup. So like let's say you just came home from the day, you're ready to wash your face, do your skincare routine, and you've got makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
That first cleanser you're gonna do that's gonna be that oil based or that just creamy like lotion kind of consistency cleanser.
Okay.
Because the reason why I say specifically an oil based cleanser is because oil attracts oil. So by going in with an oil-based cleanser, not only are you breaking down all the oils and dirt off your skin, but you're helping to break down that makeup. It really does. It does. Oil-based cleansers do a really good job of breaking through all that product of your makeup that's on your skin. So, and depending on how thick your makeup is, you maybe want to go in and do that maybe like twice. Just do that alone twice just to really make sure you got it all off. Because then your second cleanser that you're going to go in with.
Can I just interrupt you right there?
Absolutely.
When you're doing this cleanser with the cream, am I taking a washcloth and wiping it off? How am I getting it off?
Well, first, you're going to apply it to your hands. Clean hands. Please always wash your hands before you wash your face. Please.
You would think that would be normal just every day, but we got to say it.
But just if you're not, which no judgment, but now wash your hands before you wash your face. But you're going to make sure your hands are dry, and you're going to put that cleanser on dry hands. And then you're going to go in and just really work that product in. And then you're going to wet your hands to give you some slip. But you go in on dry skin first with oil-based cleansers.
With dry hands.
With dry hands. Dry hands and dry skin.
And you know what? I will put the cleanser on. I will wet the cleanser because I feel like, okay, so I've been
and
doing
oil. That's for oil.
I've been doing macaroni and cheese wrong. Now I found out I've been doing my cleanser wrong.
I mean, that makes sense. Like oil and water, they don't mix.
It does, but I just always think my hands got to be wet to make it go further. I don't know. I just always did that. Okay.
So then after that, when it comes to doing takeoff, now there's a couple of different things that you could do for takeoff. Now you can use a washcloth, but the thing about using a washcloth is, if
it's not a brand new washcloth, it's bacteria.
Yeah. So what I like to do is I buy like the fancy ones of like a facial towel that you can get, like a disposable towel, or you can buy like the dry sponges off of Amazon.
Oh,
you can do those, or now for a while when I'm trying to be a little frugal with my money, I go to Target and I get those little Kleenex towels. Yeah. They're like $4.99, and I use those to clean my face. You just don't want anything that's going to just put bacteria back on your face. You know what I mean?
Right.
So after you've done your first cleanse, then you're going to go in with your gel-based cleanser, or I say gel cleanser, or the cleanser that's going to actually target that's going to be more based off of your
one that's
skin.
bubbly?
Yes.
If you like a lather.
Because I'm a
like a
layperson.
soapy, like
Right, I'm a
lathery.
layperson. You have to say it in technical terms. I'm breaking it down for the regular people.
Yes, like
the one that bubbles.
the lathery, the foaming, or like
Yeah,
a
foaming. There
foaming
you go.
gel cleanser. Yeah. But that one you kind of want more targeted to like your skin concerns. So like let's say like if you're more acne prone, you'll probably get one that's got some salicylic acid in it, or like if you have normal skin, I like to say normal people can, because they act like it, but they can use whatever they want on their face.
I do.
So things like that. So then you're going to go in and then you're going to cleanse with that.
I'm laughing because I use alcohol on my face and it drives you crazy.
Lord.
Go ahead. Like I'm probably gonna put some alcohol on this. On this thing.
So then after you do that, now what you're going to do is now we're going to move on to serums. Now, I think everyone gets kind of like serum crazy and they think they have to have like a million different serums, but it's all based on like what you're trying to target. So like me, let's use me as an example. My biggest skin concern about my face is my hyperpigmentation. So I really only use 2 serums. And it's my hyperpigmentation serum, which is just full of tyrosine inhibitors, and I know that sounds like a big word, but basically tyrosine inhibitor is just a pigment blocker.
Oh.
Because tyrosine is a chemical that's produced in our body to create pigment. It's what helps create the pigment with our melanocytes. So I use something that blocks that so that I don't overproduce it and have pigmentation. So it can really be as simple as
And when you say pigmentation, are you talking about like when you have different color skin, like one part might be lighter than the other? Is that what we're talking about?
That or just from like breakout scarring.
Okay.
From like getting like a pimple. And
but it's when it's different colors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And not your natural skin color.
Okay. Got it.
So I use that, and then I use a hyaluronic acid serum. But let's talk about hyaluronic acid for a second, because I feel like it's starting to get like really big on the market. And
you also mentioned wanting to dip me in a bucket of it.
Wait a minute. So it's serum. So hyaluronic acid is considered a serum?
Yes. Most of the time you will find it in serum form.
Okay. Go ahead.
So hyaluronic acid, what hyaluronic acid is it's just pure moisture for the skin. No matter what kind of skin you have, no matter what your skin concerns are, I believe everyone should be on a hyaluronic acid, because it's just all it's going to do is benefit your skin.
I was a person that didn't know nothing about it. Even though people think, because I live with you, that I do all these things, and I don't. I'm just going to be honest. I'm starting to, but I don't. But I saw a TikTok that the girl was hyaluronic aciding.
Absolutely, yeah.
She was like, make sure your face is wet. So that's what turned me on to it. Yes. And the question that I have for you is, do you feel like hyaluronic acid helps your skin to absorb and keep the moisturizer that you put on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because this was going to be my tip for using hyaluronic acid.
Okay.
If you're just using an over the counter hyaluronic acid serum, which is fine, no judgment there. I am a medical.
I feel like every time you say no judgment, you're judging us.
No, you know what I feel like?
What?
Anybody who's ever watched the Food Network will know what I'm talking about this. If you ever watched Barefoot Contessa, I have homemade canned tomatoes.
But store-bought is fine.
Like
that's okay. It's fine.
Barefoot Contessa is something else. It's this guy on TikTok that be making fun of her. I don't know if you ever seen her. I ain't gonna get off track. But he got her down pat. But anyway.
Because that is exactly what I hear when I hear no judgment.
But my recommendation is get a hydrating toner. A hydrating toner first.
So we're using a creamy cleanser. Foaming
cleanser.
And then what?
A serum to target whatever your skin concern is.
Okay.
And then put your hydrating toner on the skin first and don't let it dry. And then you're going to leave your skin wet. Like, you're not going to like wait until the toner sets in. Like, preferably like put your toner in a spray bottle and then you can spray it and just let it mist on your face.
Oh, okay.
And then you go in with your hyaluronic acid. The reason why I say do the toner first is because hyaluronic acid can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. So all that's going to do is as that hyaluronic acid is penetrating into your skin, all that hydration from your hydrating toner is penetrating into your skin.
Got it. Okay.
Well, depending on your age group, now you can talk about retinol and throw in a retinol. Retinol is just going to help increase that cell turnover rate, which that is for more, like I say, if you're under 30, you really shouldn't. You don't need
I
a
saw
retinol.
somebody on TikTok and she was like 13 trying to use retinol, and I thought that was
You got to be careful with retinol, especially in the sun.
Yes. It does a lot. It makes you more susceptible to sun exposure.
So if you have wrinkles,
Yes, if you have wrinkles, retinol is going to be a really good product that you can use in your skincare line. Like I said, it does make you more susceptible to the sun, and retinol is not a daytime routine factor.
that's for night.
Nighttime only.
Okay.
Nighttime only.
Okay.
But depending on if you are using a prescription strength retinol, because if you're using an over-the-counter retinol, it's not going to be as strong as a prescription strength would be. If you're using a prescription strength, you just have to be very careful because a retinol can make you peel and make you look like you have a chemical peel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, depending on the strength of it. So you have to be really careful with it and really like ease yourself up to it because it's not an every night thing. It's a 1, possibly 2 night kind of thing, routine. And then if you are using a retinol, you just want to make sure that you have a thicker moisturizer, a heavier moisturizer.
Why? Because it kind of dries it out a little bit?
You just want more hydration to put on top.
The reason I said that is because you remember I bought that new retinol that I've been using on my neck because you said I had a wrinkle on my neck. So I've been using this retinol on my neck. And I noticed when I put it on there, it's not always like moisturized. Like it's hard to describe. It's not dry.
Yeah.
But it's not, like I always have to put moisturizer on top of it. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
And then that's it?
Yes.
Then we can go to bed?
Then you can go to bed.
And then what do you do in the day?
So let's say now in the day, your day doesn't have to be as long and as hefty as that.
Mm-hmm.
Your day can just be, I like to kind of just go in with my creamy cleanser in the day and just do one cleanse because I did my double cleanse last night and all I've been doing is just sleeping. So I'll go in with one cleanse. And then the one difference that I make is I go in with my vitamin C serum. So retinol, night, vitamin C, day,
Got
daytime. I'll go in with my vitamin C serum, toner, hyaluronic acid serum, moisturizer, but my additional step for the daytime, sunscreen.
Yes.
Sunscreen. I don't know how. I don't even care if you don't even wash your face, if you're just one of those. But the one thing you should be putting on your face every
day.
single day before, even if you're not even leaving the house, because you can't even tell me that you don't live in a house without windows. Even if it's gloomy outside, you need sunscreen. Sunscreen.
Even if you're sitting in fluorescent lights, right?
Literally. Yes.
And a good one.
A good SPF 50.
Yeah.
I'll take SPF 30, but nothing less than a 30. When it comes to sunscreen, there's also a couple of different factors that you have to take in. Just like how you said that you had sunscreens that kind of broke you out.
Yeah.
Most of the time, probably what's going to lead to more reactions like that are going to be chemical sunscreens because I don't know if you're familiar, but they're called either chemical sunscreens or physical sunscreens.
Oh, okay.
So chemical sunscreens, they have ingredients that make the sunscreen absorb into your skin, and then your skin like the sunscreen absorbs those UVA and those UVB rays from the sun. But a physical sunscreen is going to sit on top of your skin and it's going to block those UVA.
Personally, I love a good tinted sunscreen. Like
Yes. For my girlies out there who just want like a little natural little glow, but then like don't want the heaviness of foundation and makeup, tinted sunscreens are the way to go because you're still getting that sun protection, but you're getting that dewy kind of finish, like foundation finish.
Yeah, like
which
a little
is
bit of
what I love.
As
we mentioned, Black Girl Sunscreen, we love them, but I think a house consensus that we all are really loving, Supergoop. We love them.
Supergoop.
We love her. She's so versatile. She comes in a body sunscreen.
And your face be so dewy.
You just look so glowy and just like it
doesn't make you sweat.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like because I have had sunscreens where I put it on and it's heavy and then my face is like sweaty.
Yes.
I mean, the one complaint I have is that I'm not like a huge fan of the way that it smells, but I feel like that dies down after a little bit and then you get over it.
Stand to it doesn't have
Like it's not
that loud. It's like lemony, right?
A little
citrusy?
bit. It's a little bit citrusy and like a little bit. It's like citrusy with like a hint of chemical.
And you would think it wouldn't have a smell,
Right,
Because Black
but
Girl
it's-
doesn't have a smell, right?
I feel like Black Girl has a little bit of a smell.
But to me, it's not. Honestly, I don't mind. The only reason I don't mind the smell is because I feel like it goes away.
It dies down.
Yeah, it
Like,
dies down.
My
after a
new
minute.
favorite thing is the glow screen by them. That is what I've been using lately as my foundation. And the way students have been like, "Oh my God, Chelsea, why do you look so glowy today? What's on your skin?" And I'm like, it's that. Like, if I could be,
What is it?
it's the Supergoop glow screen. Supergoop. Let me be
Glow
your-
screen. So
Send
what
us
is
a PR box?
what is
please.
glow? Right. What
they've
is
picked up on the fact that their formulation just leaves you glowy, so that's how they've marketed this tinted sunscreen. That's the what the
it's a tinted sunscreen.
It's a tinted sunscreen.
Got it.
And it's called
I
glow
didn't know they
screen.
had that.
Oh, and that one sunscreen that you gave me, Chelsea, the one with the little compact, I love that.
Oh, that is from Skin Better. We love Skin Better Science. So sunscreens, Supergoop, we love her. We cherish her. She's so versatile. You can get her in, like I said, the tinted. She's got untinted. She's got body. She's even got powder, which and this is probably my second favorite thing that they make is the little compact. That powder compact, you literally just stick it in your purse, and even if you're, let's say like you didn't wear the tinted one, but you've got makeup on, you can use it as a setting powder, but it's SPF 45 setting powder, which is just revolutionary. And they're so shade inclusive. Like they have a good shade variety. So like you're going to find something that's going to fit your color.
Right.
That's not gonna like either wash you out or be like too dark or anything like that.
Black Girl, do we love them?
We do love Black Girl. Black Girl, she gets the job done. We like her.
And she's
She's
Black
cost
Girl
effective.
is real cost
Yes.
efficient.
Yes, we love her.
Am I saying the right thing?
Cost effective.
Yeah,
cost effective.
Yeah.
Because Supergoop is a little up there.
Yeah,
But it's worth it. But it lasts so long.
As me, because I'm crazy and I buy
As
it.
a little goes a long way.
I buy it in an 18-ounce pump. That's
But
how
then
much
again,
I
that
love
also
18 ounce?
that.
Yes.
I have it in our bathroom. I have an 18-ounce pump.
Why
of it.
does 18 ounces not seem that much to me?
It doesn't.
It
but
doesn't,
It's
but
a
when
giant.
it's a giant pump of it.
Yes, but
Yeah, I have a nice big
Yours is 4 ounces compared your 4 ounces compared to my 18 ounces.
yes,
It
that
seems-
also Chelsea and I use between the two of us.
Yeah. I got that.
yeah, so a little goes a long way. You don't need a lot, but like we were saying, the glow you get with Supergoop, regardless, even if it's not the tinted one, it just gives you a really good, nice, dewy finish. Now, if we're gonna talk about like if I were to walk into Target with you and you're like, Chelsea, I want skincare. Let's make a skincare routine at Target. Okay, let me tell you what brands I'm going for. If we're trying to be cost effective but still good, okay, CeraVe. CeraVe, she's not the greatest, but she's not the worst. We like her. She gets the job done. She's coming up in the game. She's got the salicylic acid cleanser. She's got the retinol,
I only
moisturizers.
I like the gentle cleanser, but that's because I have my skin's a little bit more sensitive. And I also don't like cleansers that foam. I can't stand cleansers that foam.
And I love cleansers
Why?
that foam.
I don't know what it is, but I don't like a lot of foam. I feel like it irritates my eczema. Cleansers that foam too much.
Your lack of hydration irritates your eczema, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, moving on. And
Yeah, because the
next-
foam, I love foam. I can't stand the cream because I feel like the cream doesn't always get everywhere I want it to get. But the foam is thinner, so I can just get in there. But anyway, CeraVe.
After CeraVe, then we got La Roche Posay. We love
La Roche
Posay.
Posay.
They're a really good one, and I believe they're still on the pretty cheaper side.
Are they?
When it comes to things?
I thought they was kind of in the mid-level range.
Okay, yeah. I
You spend so much. Chelsea spends thousands of dollars on skincare. So this stuff that we
the stuff
talking
that
about.
right, because like I said, I use medical grade skincare products.
Because
like,
since you're also licensed, you
right,
have
I have
access to that kind of
to
stuff.
those kind, and because of where I work, I have access to those types of, which, like I said, no matter if you're using medical grade or just regular grade, there's nothing wrong with it because you can get good. There's good and bad in both.
Yeah.
There are some,
You just want to make sure you're reading the labels.
there are some medical grades out there that I'm not a fan of and
Right.
that I don't like. So it's all about just finding about what works your skin. Skincare is not
Size fits
it's not
all.
one size fits all. Everyone's gonna have a different routine. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves about like the TikTok trends and everything. But then so yeah, La Roche-Posay, we love her. She's good too. A brand that I really really like no matter like even if you tell me that like our budget is not a factor, even though they're not even that pricey to begin with, is Natrium. I love Natrium, and now they've branched off into the body washes for the shower.
Oh wow!
And a couple of them have gone viral on TikTok. But I absolutely love this brand.
So Natrium, Natrium, because they might want to Google it.
Yes, Natrium. And what I really love is they're very transparent about their ingredients. And I like it because they're the closest you're going to get to those good ingredients, like the result driven ingredients without spending the medical grade price that like I pay for my skincare.
Right, because at the end of the day, it's
And they're really good. Like, honestly, they give me very much like dupe vibes. Like, like for the medical grade. They're
the great value of medical grade.
Yes. They're going to be your non-name brand.
They equate.
Yes. Which is really good because sometimes like when I run out of my good stuff and I don't have time to wait for shipping, I'll go to Target and I'll get my little Natrium dupe.
Oh,
of
they
it.
sell it at Target.
Yeah,
Natrium. Okay, I never heard of that.
Another good one. It's not in Target, but I believe they are sold at Ulta, which I used them for a while. Is Good Molecules. They're really good.
Yes.
Good Molecules is a really good brand and I like as well.
Mm-hmm. Mid-level pricing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, they're pretty on the affordable side.
Yeah, but you know what? It's your skin.
Yeah.
It's the first thing. It's like I put a lot into, even though I ain't using these products she's talking about, but I'm just blessed because I got that normal skin she was talking about, so I don't have to do too much. But let me tell you something. Your face and your teeth. Those are the first two things that tell your age. They talk for you. Your teeth talk for you before you even open your mouth. Your face talks for you because if I can look at you and tell if you're tired.
Yeah.
So you need to spend a little bit of money. That it's just one of those things. You gotta spend money. Look, people is out here spending thousands of dollars on handbags. You can spend some money on your face.
And you have to try stuff out. Like you have to find, because
What
I'm sure
works
you
for you.
spent a lot of time trying to figure out, as somebody who shares a bathroom with you, I've seen you go through a bunch of products and find what you like, what you don't like.
And it's
all those
about
kinds of things.
consistency. That's the number one thing when it comes to skincare. Consistency. Some people will try things for a week and be like, yeah, I'm not seeing the results.
That's true.
That's because you're not using it long enough. Your skin hasn't been acclimated enough to it.
Right.
So you gotta be patient.
I agree.
I'm going to go wash my face after we're done with this conversation.
And last but not least, let's talk about in-spa facial treatments, and then we'll wrap this show up.
So there's a couple of different things that as an esthetician that if you were to come and see me that I could do. So first thing, basic facials, just, that. And that is what most of the time, if you're going to go see a good esthetician, what they're going to start you off with, because they want to get to know you and they want to get to know your skin. So they're going to put you on a little bit of a regimen of coming in once a month to get just a basic signature customized facial. And it's, like I said, it's just me trying to learn your skin. Once I've done that for a while and I'm starting to see what irritates your skin, what your skin likes, what helps you with your skin concerns like pigmentation or acne, then I'm going to start bumping it up a little bit, and then maybe I'll start and do a couple of microdermabrasions, which that's just a really good exfoliating treatment to really help get rid of any like dead skin cells off the skin. Or depending on where I work, or like if I'm a solo SD and I just have the funds for it, I can do a hydrofacial, which combines a microdermabrasion with a hydration facial, which
She just did one of those on me
a couple months ago.
Oh
and
my God. I
loved
posted it.
Yes.
I posted it on my personal Facebook. I haven't posted, maybe for this, I'll post it on our touring company so you guys can see. For this episode, I'll post that one. But I can tell you, because you gave me a little mini peel. chemical peel?
That treatment does have a little bit of a chemical peel, but it's even the strongest one is very mild.
Oh, but I could just tell the difference. Like that, ever since I've had it, aside from this breakout that I'm having right now, I just can tell the difference in my skin. Like that facial, if you have dry skin or if you're aging, hydrofacial, I mean, it's expensive.
Yeah, they're pricey. But
it's worth it. If you want to do something for yourself, for your skin.
Your skin's an investment. Yeah. Like, it really is. Yeah. It really, really is.
Because guess what? Y'all not short on people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And another, let's do this. Let's tell them about another lick. Look for the schools. The schools. Please, 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 please don't be afraid. People go to school, hair cosmetology schools, get their hair cut. Yes.
Go to your local esthetician school and get a facial.
Yeah.
First of all, it's cheaper than if you were to try and go to like a normal like spa or find a solo esty through Instagram. But you're helping that student get the experience.
And you're monitored. Don't think the student just gonna come in there by themselves. The teachers, the instructors are with them. They set in the machines and they're walking them and guiding them through. So I think you're probably in better hands than if you went to a spa.
Yes.
Because those are people getting the latest curriculum. Because when you go to a spa, how often is that person going back getting updated?
Yeah.
Where you guys are up to the moment, the latest updates. Mm-hmm. So that's I love Chelsea's school that she works at, Nema. It is like a spa.
Yeah. And that's our goal. It's one of the things that that my school prides ourselves on is the fact that yes, we are a school, but we also are a spa, and we run it like a spa.
Yes. From the moment you walk in there, you're like, oh, my God. So if you're in the Las Vegas area and you want to get any type of treatment, they do body treatments, they do facials. We just did a free commercial for them. So let your boss know I want my commission. But anyway, but yeah, if you want to get a nice facial, like I said, I got the hydrofacial because I was her model. Every once in a while, she'll let me be her model. And, that was the best thing ever. So yeah. Anything else? I think that's about it.
We covered a lot.
We did. Okay, so that was our first skincare line show, dealing with face. And we're going to continue. We're going to do some body treatment ones. We're going to keep going with this. So let us know. I know you guys like us. And I know you're like me. You're scrolling. You see our reels and you see you're watching the show and you're thinking, they know they're doing a good job. I don't need to tell them. But we kind of want to hear from you, especially on this topic. Let us know if you have any questions. And then if we get questions after this show airs, we'll come back and we'll do a question and answer show. We're happy to do that because Chelsea is here for y'all. We're here to service the people for free. Who else is getting a free esthetician giving them tips and tricks of the trade?
Well, yes, but if we want to I can put my Cash App in there if y'all want to send me some donations.
We already have a Cash App for the show, but we doing this. This is our service to the community.
Absolutely.
Okay, so thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. Don't forget, if you're not following us on our socials, do it. Don't forget, if you're not following us on major podcast platforms, do it. Last but not least, give us a good review, a 5-star review if you like the show. If you don't like the show, just keep scrolling.
Right, just keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. All right, we'll see you on the next episode.
Okay,
bye-bye. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We look forward to you joining us on the next episode. Until then, be inspired and enlightened.